This is Sexy Funny Raw, where we chat all about the world of sex, from dating and relationships all the way to the adult industry itself. I'm Silvia Saige, and this is my Pornspective, answering all the questions you weren't even brave enough to ask Google. Get ready, because Sexy Funny Raw starts now. Yes.
Deep beat.
We are back in studio, and I have people with me. I have friends around.
Woohoo!
It is so nice. I am so excited to be back, you guys. I am Silvia Saige, and today's topic, very fitting for why we've been gone so long, we're going to be talking about sex during COVID. Were you having it? Were you not? And today I am joined by our special guest, Miss Cherie Deville. And Mr. Teddy Bear, looking very squeezable over there.
Squeezable.
Squeezable. And if you'll notice, to my left here, I have my friend Alexander, who will be co-hosting with me on this episode. I am so very lucky to have his presence. He won't join me every time, but on the days I get him, I'm going to count my blessings.
Okay, I just have to tell you, I mean, you look so gorgeous and you've kept yourself so fit during COVID. I literally feel like Rosie O'Donnell next to you, like... Who cares? Who cares? Okay.
It's just tanning. I've been tanning a lot.
Girl, I have so much fake bronzer on right now, and I still haven't shed the pants.
More bronzer.
More bronzer. Come on, Latin.
First, I want to go ahead and thank our sponsors for today. We have Fleshbot and CyberSocket that are going to be helping us out today as well. Yes. And I've also brought some party favors for our guest from my other sponsor, Sliquid.
Sliquid?
I don't want them to go home without any lubrication. You know?
Okay, but you say party favors to like a gay man,
Yeah.
and it means like something totally different.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's either like hardcore party favors or like poppers.
I mean, you could do hardcore with the lube. That's kind of what it's for, right?
Yeah, but like sometimes when you do party favors, like on Grindr, it's like people like are methed out for like 10 hours.
No, I'm not bringing you
Cute.
meth. Meth is,
Can you imagine?
Meth is not brought to you by Sexy Funny Raw.
So methy.
I remember the first time ever that somebody hit me up in Grindr and said, like, do you party? And I had never had Grindr yet. So I wrote back, I was like, I love party.
Right?
Oh my God. Should I bring the nachos?
No, I literally asked him, I was like, you want me to bring chips?
Wait, what does it actually mean? Like you do drugs?
I think it means
do you do drugs?
I think it means like hard drugs. Like, do you do like Tina? Like,
Yeah, it's Tina, it's meth, Special K. And so there's like on Grindr, there's P&P, which is party and play. And it means you literally...
Oh, I thought that was pee and poop. No.
Yeah.
No.
That was my first date. But it literally means like you go on for hours and hours and you just do drugs, have random people come over and have sex. And most times people can't even get hard. But my thing about poppers, do you guys use poppers?
That does not sound fun.
No, it does not.
I mean, a lot of the men that I peg use poppers, but I've never used a popper.
I haven't.
I've never
either.
felt the. I
You
feel like
never
it's been
tried it
easy
even?
for me. No, I haven't had a lot of trouble.
Maybe
with
that
it,
should be
you
like
know?
one of your YouTube videos. Is like
I mean,
try
what
poppers.
is it going to do to
Well,
me?
no,
What
don't,
is the
don't
effect?
do that. You'll get banned from YouTube.
for using poppers?
So poppers just got banned on OnlyFans.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why?
What is the effect of it? I don't even know.
So poppers got big in even like I think in the 60s because Lucille Ball used to love poppers.
What? No.
Who knew?
Yes. She actually
Also, how do you know the history of poppers?
well, no, I know that because I know the history of Lucille Ball.
Oh, okay. Continue.
No, but like it's actually been it used to be a party drug like in the 60s and 70s, and basically if you inhale it, it relaxes your whole entire body at once
Okay.
and lasts for about like 10 to like 15 seconds.
But can you get hard if it's relaxing your whole body?
So no, because it takes the blood away from, but it's usually more for somebody that needs to relax.
Oh, so that's a receiver.
To receive,
Yes.
Like it,
On it.
Like you would take
opens
it
up.
right before
Yes.
the
Got
first
it.
penetration.
Got it.
In fact,
Yeah.
most bottoms will be sniffing it like right as the top is like going in.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't want to do that for a porn because you're in a porn. You have to be like arching and like aware of your body and the camera, and then
The
would you
guys do
just
it all the
go-
time
Really?
that I'm pegging all the time.
I mean, I don't like poppers because like
Okay.
it takes me out. Like I'll lose my erection. I'll be completely like, where am I? What's happening?
Wow.
But but the bottom, they're just like they're
They
in
love it.
heaven.
Bliss.
Interesting. I just learned something so new. I love it. I love when I learn sexual stuff.
But it's weird though, because I've been with bottoms that they have to have the bottle right there, and it's like about that rather than it's like, hello, am I here or
really?
not? And it's like
It's like they're
continual. Yeah.
They're just trying to like just numb out, and you're like, "Can you even feel me?" They're like, "I don't know."
Yeah,
I
it's
don't.
like, should I, watch some TV?
Okay,
But
we got
yeah.
super sidetracked. Do
Ju-
you want me to go back? Go.
No,
You go.
just real fast about poppers. So I did poppers for the first time.
Yes.
It didn't open me up. I still have never bottomed in my life, believe it or not.
You're still closed off.
No, emotionally. But I get the giggles
She
on,
can
on,
help you.
on poppers. Can you?
Can
Open
you
up.
tell you?
Peg
Yeah, I
Bundy
can.
action?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can.
I'd be embarrassed in front of a girl though. Like I really would. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Big time.
I'm
Anyway,
very
but
nurturing.
I don't think I'd want that. It'd be like,
Okay, what do you
mean-
want?
What do you want?
later tonight on OnlyFans. But poppers makes me giggle so badly,
Oh,
like a
really?
hyena giggle, and it's literally for 15, 20 seconds, and then my giggle's gone. Not cute in the bedroom.
I think a giggle's
bet it would
cute in
be
the
cute.
bedroom.
Like
yeah.
a hyena?
Well,
It's like Ross Matthews.
I think you just need like a ball gag then.
We are getting into a world I
Yes.
do not know.
like problem solving right here. Yeah.
Like if
Why
I take
not?
off my socks in the bedroom, that's kinky.
Oh my god, I love it. Okay, so we did get sidetracked.
Yes.
Alexander, please tell us what is going on with CyberSocket right now.
Well, so cybersocket.com, I'm the new director of.
Woohoo!
And it's been in the business for 30 years, and it used to be a magazine that you'd get at the gay bars, and it had like rated PG-13 kind of columns. But now, new owners and full force, we're adding multimedia like podcasts. We're going to be
Yes.
doing events. We're going to be doing live Q&As on the website. And here's a funny thing, because we've been doing research for marketing, and as you all know, people were watching so much porn during COVID.
Yes, they were.
Thank God.
OnlyFans
Thank
just
you.
for fans, and it was all the self-produced stuff. It was not the studio stuff. And so everybody thought when people were going to go back to work and post-COVID, even though we don't know what we're doing now, that all the numbers would drop off and subscriptions would decrease. Not at all.
No.
People are still like, I'll still watch at work. I mean, people are really now it's part of their daily routine, so that is not going away.
And even
No.
the big companies are still paying us to do stuff from home for that at-home content vibe.
Right,
Yeah.
because the fans they're loving the fact that they're getting to know like the home you and not just like a you on set or you know like,
Exactly.
it's
It's
your
like
real
reality
persona.
TV versus a sitcom. It's still not
Exactly.
real, but
Yeah.
it feels closer.
Yeah,
Real adjacent.
yeah, real adjacent for sure. Yeah.
But I think like the studios are like, oh crap, how do they compete with that?
They really can at
can.
this point, which is why they have to be nicer to us as performers. Weird.
Girl, you gotta listen.
It's been a nice change for me. I mean, personally, I feel like I can have some say when I show up to a set now. As before, I
Yeah.
was like, okay, yes, yeah, I love cum on my face actually. So if you could, that would be fantastic.
Get in my hair, get in my eyes.
Yeah. Could you just ruin me to where I can go nowhere else for the rest of the day? That would be great. Thank you. I know you guys paid $100 for this makeup, so you might as well ruin it. Like, that's what makeup artists used to tell me when I was like, or the director used to tell me, because I'd be like, can we do it on my boobs? Because like I do stand-up comedy after scenes a lot. I would constantly be rushing from the one thing to the other. And I'd be like, can we please just come on my boobs or on my butt or something so it doesn't mess up my makeup? They're like, well, we paid for the makeup. I'm like, cool, so ruin my day because you paid $100 and you can't lower the cum shot for me 2 feet. Awesome.
But like that's what you're saying though about like the power of OnlyFans taking it back to you, where you're like,
Yes.
you do know that I don't need you.
Right.
You guys need me.
Right.
So you want to keep me happy because I can go home and redo this
Yes.
whole entire scene without you guys.
Yes.
From the comfort of my
exactly.
home, with my cat in the background. Like,
Interrupting
better
the
or
shot.
worse.
yeah.
Yes, it's so true.
To be
That's so
fair,
true.
though, like guys can't really. I mean, I don't know about you, but like you can't really determine where it's gonna go.
Well, I think, yeah, they can,
You can-
especially
you can
our
aim.
guys. Yeah, because they even
Yeah.
tell them, like,
Maybe
on the
something's
face,
wrong with
on the
me.
tits. Are you just a
I'm
sprinkler?
like a sprinkler. Yeah. It's like, what happened
Everybody
to you?
in the room, watch out! We're coming now!
It's like, how many guys have pink eye because of me? I don't know.
Everybody in the room.
Yeah.
Everybody.
6 foot radius.
Sex during COVID.
Okay, well, let's introduce our guests to the fullest extent so you can know them and know where to find their OnlyFans. To my right, we have the lovely Cherie Deville, who is one of my fellow MILF performers. She has been working in the art industry for over a decade. She is one of the most successful performers in our industry.
Look at that booty.
Winning multiple Avian and XBiz awards, including MILF Performer of the Year last year. She is filmed for Brazzers, Vivid, Penthouse, and other top companies. In recent years, she has been a leader in the sex work space, writing a political and sex worker column for the Daily Best, The Hill, Yahoo, and the New York Post, Associated Press, Barstool Sports, and many more places have interviewed our lovely Cherie Deville. She holds degrees from both the University of Hartford and the University of St. Augustine. She's no dummy, folks. She's just fucking beautiful. Please welcome Cherie Deville.
Woohoo!
And I cannot wait.
Well, and from
To
my side
introduce.
of the world, from the gay
Yes.
world, Teddy Bear is an adult star, the hairiest dude in porn. He is known for his motto, embrace the fur. He never shaves, never trims, and never has any time on camera. His self-produced content is fire on OnlyFans and Just for Fans. And he has also created a brand based on his teddy bear persona, clothing, accessories, even home decor like candles and pillows for the hairy community and their admirers. TeddyBearUSA.com. Also, little known fact from his personal world, you know how we're talking about like the duality of what's happening, like the intelligence and the career. He is also a costume designer and an artist. Please welcome Teddy Bear.
I love it. Okay, you guys. So there's something that we like to do here on our show. We want everyone to learn. This is a sex education podcast, after all. So I like to do a word of the day. And today I had so many words to choose from. We chose 2 because I really like that they're so dueling. So we're going to do both. What I want everyone to do, not Alexander because he already knows, but I want both of you to guess and tell me if you think you know what the word is. And then we're going to give you the true definition. Are you ready?
Okay.
All right. Our first word of the day, it is ABC party. In your head, tell me what you think an ABC party would be.
I'm hoping it's ass, boobs, and cock party.
That would be nice.
good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, that would be nice. That's a
But I
good
have
guess.
no idea.
That's not it, but it's a very good guess.
ABC party?
Yep. I had never heard of this either, so.
Maybe, I can't say always bring cum because you're technically always bringing it.
Yeah, I mean, not always. I'm pretty fresh out right now. I mean,
I don't know. I honestly think your answer's right.
it is not correct. Okay,
Good
you
guess,
guys.
though.
I know that was a very good guess. So this is an anything but clothes party. Guests can come naked or clothed in non-traditional cover-ups such as duct tape, boxes, or newspaper. No clothes.
Okay.
I would go to that party.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What would you
go to that
wear?
party? Absolutely nothing. Maybe some duct tape on my pussy only.
I would.
Ow! I don't think you want that.
it's
you would just
shaved.
like rip from the back room.
It's shaved. It's shaved. It's fine.
I would avoid all duct tape.
Of course you would. Of course you would.
2-hour process.
Jesus.
Get the shears.
That's always the worst thing at testing when they try and give me the Band-Aid. I'm like,
Oh.
no.
I don't
No.
need it. I'm just gonna bleed
Please.
out
Yeah.
this little hole.
Blood
I'm
everywhere.
totally fine. I can't get into testing right now because I'll go into a whole nother world. I used to work in medicine, so when I see someone draw blood wrong, it ignites my fury inside, and I'm like, this is wrong. You have one job, and it's drawing blood, and you're fucking it up on me.
Oh, no.
How do you do it wrong?
Okay, there's several ways, but the 2 ways that they do it the most wrong that I see all the time is when they wipe that alcohol on you and then they blow on it or do this.
Ew.
You are ruining the sterile surface that you just
blow on
put
it?
there.
Ugh.
Yes. Okay, that is number 1. And then number 2, they leave the tourniquet on when they're they have all the blood is out.
Yeah.
They have taken the needle and the tourniquet is still on your arm. That is so wrong. That should come off way before you are done filling that last vial because you don't need my blood to pump that fast anymore. And when you take the vials out and that's still on, that is like the worst thing you can do to a person's veins.
I had no clue.
Yeah, it's awful. And I want to yell at them, but then I'm like, they're just going to go, oh, stupid porn star. And I'm like, no, stupid porn star with a college degree who worked in medicine for a fucking decade. You're doing this wrong.
Bam.
Yeah.
Well, and I think we talked about this in one of your other episodes, is the healthiest people are in the adult industry.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
it's their job.
Amen.
We know our
Yes.
bodies
Yeah.
Yes.
so well.
We are like professional athletes with our bodies.
Yes.
110%.
I always say that like anytime I ever mess around with like a normal person,
Yeah.
that's when I get something.
Yeah.
Right. That's when the
Because
whole
They
industry
never
gets something,
test.
by
they
the
don't
way.
test, yeah.
Yeah, because someone goes and has sex with someone outside of the industry. They bring it back and infect everyone in a week because we're all fucking.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It spreads like wildfire. Okay, second word of the day. Now, this one I also found interesting because they are so alike yet so different. Okay. ABC sex. ABC sex. What do you think this means? Teddy Bear, I'm going to let you go first on this one.
ABC sex.
I don't know the Jeopardy. What is it? Yeah.
R.I.P. Alex Trebek.
I mean, I guess I'm gonna go back to anything but cock.
Okay. All right.
Oh, that's a
Oh,
really
that is a
good-
good
a good
guess.
guess.
Yeah.
Actually, I like that guess.
Yeah, that is a
It's
good
not
guess.
correct.
I'm going to say it's like a vanilla party. You could have gone all the way to Z, but you stopped at C. So we're
Okay.
just doing the basics at this party.
Okay.
A little missionary.
Okay.
A little making out.
Also
I
wrong.
like that. I like that answer too, though.
Yeah, I know. These are things it could be, but it's not. So ABC sex, you guys, is when someone, I guess a couple, is in a long-term relationship but only has sex on anniversaries, birthdays, and holidays. ABC sex. Anniversaries, birthdays, and
Celebrations.
holidays. Yeah.
Celebrations.
Celebration. There you
There
go.
you go.
Celebrations.
Yeah.
It says holidays, and that didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Celebrations make more sense. Isn't that crazy?
That is
How
crazy.
sad.
That's
ABC
sad.
is sad sex. Sad.
Well, hopefully they're
sex.
banging lots of other people. Maybe that's the only times
Maybe
they have sex,
Maybe that's
and
the
that's
time
okay
between
for
the couple.
them.
And that is great. Yeah. Honestly, since being in porn, I used to be like all about like, oh, monogamy. Even if you talk to another girl, you're cheating. And I'm like, fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Please, I don't have time to like deal with the, like.
I mean, all I say now is just please have a camera so you make some money off of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Make some money.
Be
do
respectful
your
and
thing.
film it for the
Yeah.
family.
God damn it.
If not,
food on this
Family
table.
name.
yeah,
Bring some honor.
yeah.
But I think this is a trend too in relationships. I know, like even people out in the media are talking about it, but even friends after COVID, it's like we've been under lockdown. I can barely stand to look at you for another day. Go
That's
fuck your
true.
brains out.
That's
Go have
true.
fun because I need some peace and quiet and I need some variety.
Do you think people are letting that happen now? Do you think relationship-wise is they're opening up to that?
Totally.
You do think that.
100%. I think it's
Culturally
on
in
the
general,
increase.
for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think COVID definitely put that in fast forward.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Were you having sex during COVID?
Yeah.
You were.
Yeah, I mean, well, I live with my partner,
Oh,
so
yeah,
that
that's true.
helps.
That's not fair. That's not. I mean, with other people. Were you having sex with anyone outside of your home?
No.
In COVID.
No.
Yeah.
Not until after I was vaccinated.
Oh wow, yeah. Okay, see, I was having sex prior to vaccinations with industry people, but I wasn't having any sex. I didn't have sex for like that 3-month period where we were
God.
all closed up. I was
I got
closed
vaccinated
up.
crazy early because I'm in healthcare, but
Right,
still.
right, yeah.
Well, and CDC put out these guidelines during COVID, especially for the gay community, saying glory holes were fine, which great. I don't want to see your
Yeah.
face. But also like anal sex, as long as they were facing away from you, no kissing. I'm like, it's a dream come true.
Really?
Yes.
That was
Literally
a
the
standard.
CDC said.
No, they did not.
Yes, they did.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm terrified of glory holes.
I think they're so exciting.
said
No.
glory holes and anal sex without kissing
Facing
is
away.
fine.
Yeah.
I'm terrified of glory holes only because I think of like the movie Saw. And,
Oh.
and all I think is like
Now I just got
you're gonna
uncomfortable.
stick your dick through there, and some other side is gonna have like
Oh,
an axe
A
and
machete.
chop it- Yeah.
I think that
God.
about every glory hole. I can't ever imagine there being a scenario where sticking your dick through
But you're
an
not
unknown
sticking it.
hole.
But you're not sticking.
See, I
anything
was
through a glory
imagining
hole.
it
Well,
as
no,
a
but-
receiver, so I would have never even thought about that. Totally makes sense, but to me, I'm the one using the dick.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
See, but that's
Right.
kind of the excitement for me is to get sucked off at a glory hole
And maybe
because
die.
no, but honestly, that adds to the excitement. You don't know what the sensation's going to be like. You don't know what they look like. You don't know how it's going to feel, and so it's like it's a present.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
it's a surprise. I love them.
I think your kink
You
is
do.
fear.
Yeah, I think so
Maybe.
too.
Yeah.
Do you like BDSM, adrenaline?
No.
Interesting.
Really?
Nope, not at all.
No,
But-
you don't know yet.
Have you tried it?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, a candle, ow.
I have a burn on myself right now from trying to do hot wax on my OnlyFans.
It's not as sexy as people think
No,
it
it's
is.
not.
And
I-
you have to be careful about what type of wax. Very few types of wax should ever be put on the body because they
you
melt
can't
at the
do
wrong
wax.
temperature.
I found out.
If they melt at a high temperature, you're in big trouble.
Yeah.
If they
Like
melt at a low
burns you.
temperature, like paraffin, you're okay.
Yeah, I burnt the crap out of my leg, and I was like, "That's
Not
awesome.
sexy.
Not sexy."
You know what's funny? But glory hole porn is really prevalent in gay porn. I don't see many scenes, and believe it or not, I watch a lot of straight porn. I don't see many glory hole scenes in straight
No,
porn.
no.
No, I've probably
That's
done
true.
10 in my whole career.
I've done like a blow bang through glory holes, and I swear to God, I didn't know every guy on the other end, and that kind of made me super nervous. I knew they were all industry, but I didn't see everybody first because they were all trickling in kind of late because there was a lot of black guys. I'm not being racist. That's just a thing. They show up late.
So do Latinos, I tell you.
I'm just telling you. And so the guys were trickling in late, and so I didn't know who everybody was until afterwards. And then obviously afterwards, I'm like, hey, what's up? I mean, I did recognize some of their penises, but
Yeah.
because some of the
I
guys
love
have
that.
well, some of the guys have
Hey, Earl.
tattoos.
Yeah.
So I'd be like,
Yeah.
I know whose dick this is. No, like on their
But you can
wrist.
see a
okay.
little bit around
yeah,
the
yeah,
dick.
yeah.
Like, what if something
Not
comes
a
through and you're
tight
like,
fit.
oh, I'm not into that?
Yeah. No, I mean, at this point, it was like I had 18 dicks to get through, get through them. And I was just going as fast as I could.
And
it
then
was
stand
just
up
like-
after, you're like, my mouth is tired.
Yeah, that was the thing. Like, I was like, more than anything, my knees, because it was just like going back
Oh,
and forth.
yeah.
There were 3 holes.
Wait, they
and
didn't
so-
give you like knee pads?
No.
What?
Why
No.
not? It's not like
Knee
they're-
pads aren't pretty on
they're-
film.
But they're not
Yeah.
going to film your knees the whole time.
No. I don't even.
Well, then they have to cut and pull the knee
Right.
pad and
Yeah.
put it back.
Oh,
You're just trying to
God.
get through 18 dicks at that point. you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. I'm like, let's go. The only,
Ain't nobody got time for that.
the only nice thing is they don't like. It's not meant to be drawn out. So if they're gonna come in 30 seconds, they come in 30 seconds.
They're
And
allowed.
and they're allowed that. And they
Yeah.
tell them too, like, don't try and prolong it. If you're gonna come. And I'm like, yes, please don't prolong it. Please. I want 30-second comes every time. Didn't work that way.
No.
It was a lot.
But you on that note,
Moving on.
but you were filming a lot for your OnlyFans.
Yeah, so I did the same thing where I took like the 3-month period when we were all like, what are we doing? So
Yeah.
that period was reposting old content,
Right.
as much solo creative ideas as you physically could think of. And then it reached a certain point where I was like, all right, this isn't going away. There's at least testing now. I don't have
Yeah.
a choice.
But you have to pay your it's work.
Yeah.
Like you have to pay your
yeah.
bills.
Yeah.
I went back in June. Is that when you went back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing. And like, but then also too, I realized I'm doing this with other industry people. I started to realize I'm like, it's just like regular sex. Like we already are getting tested.
Right.
It's just another test you add on.
Right. Right. But were you sleeping with regulars at that point?
No.
Oh, okay.
Like-
Just the other testers.
Yeah.
That's me too. Yeah. I'm pretty much just a tested person anyway.
Yeah.
Like I don't really date. I don't find myself out in a mingling type of situation. And even if I did, like, how am I going to explain to them, like,
I'd feel
dating
uncomfortable
me.
having unprotected sex with
Yeah.
anyone not in the industry, even though I know I can't get pregnant. Not even out of fear for my own body, but out of respect for yours
Right,
and yours.
right,
You know, I
right.
just would feel so guilty in the middle of it. It wouldn't even be fun for
Right.
me. I'm like, if I get something and I'm the
I
cause
pass
of
it on to
gonorrhea,
everybody.
I couldn't. No,
Now,
I
how do we
can't.
get this attitude towards the
Yeah.
rest of the nation that's still waiting to be
Yes.
vaccinated? by the way?
Well,
I know. We're all, I know, we know.
as it mutates endlessly.
I just get so mad at people. At this point, I'm just like, they don't want to do it. Everybody knows the statistics. Let them die.
Yeah.
I'm like, we all have the information.
Well, but I'm glad now, like clubs and restaurants are saying, hey, we need to see your vaccination
Yeah.
first. I'm going to Vegas next week, and all of the venues that we have events at, you have to show your vaccination.
good.
And then they give you a wristband that you can't take off, or you have to get another
I haven't
one.
experienced that yet.
I have. I mean, I've had it for comedy clubs. The comedy
Yeah.
store requires
Cool.
vaccinations and stuff like that. Yeah.
It's also kind of nice when you have that because then you realize you're now full of a club of people that you're like, huh,
Right.
you guys are all smart.
Right. Right.
like this.
Yeah. Yeah, anytime somebody tries to argue it anti-wise, I'm just like, you know what? All the doctors did it. So if all the doctors die, I want to die with the doctors. Like, I don't want to be left with the farmers of the world to survive this.
Well, and even the
So-
stupid politicians who were against it, they were the first ones
Right,
vaccinated.
getting
It's like,
vaccinated, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, did your fans send you any like hate messages or anything like, how can you be filming during COVID?
No.
I didn't get that. I thought I would.
Because we know fans can get crazy.
Yeah, and I did a OnlyFans, a documentary for Hulu, and I thought they were going to peg me for
Great
not
documentary,
wearing.
by the
Yeah,
way.
thank
How
you.
exciting.
I thought they were going to get onto me about, because I went and worked out with some people and I wasn't wearing a mask, but I also knew that we were all COVID tested because we were all working.
Yeah.
So, and it was like 2 other porn people, and I was like, oh man, I hope that they don't like paint me as this like non-believer and, COVID or something. But no, I didn't have any backlash. So did you? Teddy
No,
Bear?
I mean, I think that was one of the strange things of like, I think they kind of understood, because I think people also understand like our world is this industry that like already is like shit on. Our
Right.
jobs aren't already even respected. Like we're not supposed to even exist technically.
Right.
So they all
Well,
knew.
we're not real people to them.
Exactly.
so.
Like we're
Well,
not.
that's it. We're a fantasy. Even if
Yeah.
we're doing unsafe things, it's like a unicorn doing something unsafe.
Yes.
It doesn't feel real to
Yes.
them.
That's a great way to say it.
You know?
Where they're like, well, I mean, like you guys don't exist anyway, so it's
Right.
fine.
You're
Right.
fine. I'm sure it's fine. Everything you do is fine.
You guys
know?
are just a hologram on my TV,
Yeah.
right? Absolutely.
It's funny, the most participated in industry, by the way, that kept people sane during COVID was the adult industry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was jerking off, from old people to young people, gay, straight, trans. Everybody was jerking off all day because it was the only pleasure that they could get.
Yeah.
That and Postmates.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Just dying of boredom. Like, I guess I masturbate again. I mean,
But that's true. I mean,
yeah.
5, 6 times? Why not? Let's make it 7.
Baker's dozen.
Yeah.
Baker's dozen.
Okay, so what do we think? How have you changed the most since COVID? Like, anyway, whether it be work-wise, personal-wise, have you changed your work schedule, work life?
Well, I mean, we're all forced to back way, way, way off on work. And I took lots more. Gosh, it was well into the winter, maybe December or so before I started working in any capacity again. So, yeah, I was just
But
focusing.
you were doing solo stuff.
Yeah, and with my
Right,
partner.
yes.
And yeah.
Okay.
So I was producing tons of content. I
Right.
finally opened an OnlyFans, which I had never had time for before.
You only did it in COVID.
I was working 5 to 7 days a week
Wow.
for the past like 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't have time. Plus, I was running a Snapchat where I did new
Oh,
live
right.
shows
Every
every single day.
Wow. Oh my
and
God.
didn't miss a day for almost 4 years.
That's insanity.
lot
of
work.
Yeah. So I was
Insanity.
tapped out, and I had clip
Yeah.
stores, and I was, updating my Pornhub regularly, doing all the things. So I really just didn't have time for
Wow.
OnlyFans. But then I was like, wow, I have like ridiculous amounts of
Yeah.
time. So I started
Yeah.
that, and then that plus all my other stuff, it's just such a good income.
It is.
And then when I did decide to go back to work, I decided I was only going to work for companies with a better advertising engine than I had, were able to put more monies into advertising my name than I could, and a larger social media following.
Yep. I
So
love
4
it.
times a month max for companies that basically are buying advertisements I can't afford for
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So would you say COVID like doubled your income?
That's a tough one because I gave one thing to
Oh,
get
to
one
get
thing, and
another.
I've been making my money, my real money on my content for so
Okay.
many years that OnlyFans was just another
bigger-
shining
okay,
star in
got
my group of my own content.
Gotcha. Okay.
Snapchat was
A big one for you.
huge for me.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But I would say, like, probably, though, all the time waiting in studio for them to get the lights right or for the guy
Oh,
to
this
get
is
hard.
easier.
So, like, if you,
Oh, yeah.
hourly basis, you probably made more because you weren't standing
For
around
sure.
for so long.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? How have things changed?
I mean, it was like, I don't want to say the greatest thing ever because it's saying great out of a
I
tragedy.
know.
But it really just, I mean, it changed my life.
Yeah, I say the same
Like,
thing.
because I've done OnlyFans for a while, but it forced me to then, not forced me, but made me realize how much I honestly appreciate it. And it got me to keep turning it even more into a full company where I'd have like routine schedules, organization of like plans for my videos and everything. And then I just kept growing and growing. And then I would take the feedback and grow it more and more.
Well, that's why you keep growing. For one, you're actually putting in the work. And for two, you're listening to feedback and changing things along the way.
Yeah.
So many people don't do that.
And the organization. I feel like it's people who are like, oh, I'm not
Yes.
sure what day of the week I'm even going to get it done, and I don't have a plan. And that's where procrastination
So-
can really get you.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I always release, I do 3 full videos a week. I do at least one full masturbation one throwback Thursday, and then
Thursday, I love that.
I'm so
Super cute.
and then on Friday is full video Friday,
Full video for
where you
Friday.
get a brand new one.
I
Super
love
cute.
it.
That's a lot of sex per week.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
how
a
are you
lot of
guys like not
amazing
exhausted all
puns.
the time?
Yeah.
Well, and I have to say, in terms of like you being so furry, like you're knowing that, you know, you've never shaved, never trimmed. And I know some people that would be like, oh, I'm not into that. But because people were watching so many different kinds of material during COVID, they would watch a video of yours like, well, I might as well try something different. And then they're like, oh, I really like this. I think fetish watching and fetish awareness has really increased, as well as that kind of loyalty with your fans because they did get to see you in a more intimate level. And I have to say, we have a lot of the same friends in the adult industry, especially in the West Hollywood. And up until COVID, they were spending all of their money traveling and on the watches and the cars and the haircuts and all of this. And so when COVID hit and their income was literally cut off, like, hey, we're not filming next month, it was like, oh, shit. People didn't have money. They also didn't have the skill set to know how to even log on or stream or light or book people for their scenes. It was a big wake-up call, and I think we're going to see some personalities didn't make it through COVID because they didn't have the
Lots.
full skill set.
Yep.
You have to be a business person.
Yes. I say that to people all the time. They're like, oh, you can make a killing in porn, right? I'm like, yeah, if you're smart.
Yeah, because I know
You're smart and you work
performers.
hard.
I won't even name names, but there are new, specifically OnlyFans performers that have never, like, I was able to make money on OnlyFans because
You
for
already had a
10
name.
years, other people spent money to build my name. I did nothing to build my own name. I was just lucky enough to work for them. So I piggybacked off that. The women and men that really impress me are the ones that went from zero to millionaires during COVID because, and I've worked with some of them for trade, and I'll be honest, they not necessarily good performers. They wouldn't get hired 20 times by Brazzers. You know what I mean? But it doesn't matter because the most important skill now is, are you an amazing marketer? Do you really understand how to do that for your brand? So it's flipped what skills are important for us. So a whole different group of people are now wealthy.
Yep.
Some are the same. Some are good performers and businessmen and women, but some, it's just completely different.
Yeah.
Some amazing performers could not make it because they cannot work their business, and some terrible performers are very wealthy now.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree with that statement. Yeah.
Okay, side note, I have a question about Brazzers, and if it's politically incorrect and you don't want to answer it, it's fine. But I watch that channel a lot. The channel, I mean, I don't know why, but I enjoy it. All the girls are always so hot. There's not a scene that's like, oh, well, that girl, But the guys, some of the guys are hot, and then some of the scenes, the guys are super not. What is going on? Like, it's not cute to look at, especially from my point of view. But why is that okay that every girl has to be at the top of her game, and then the guys are literally half and half?
We have had this conversation, but go ahead, Cherie.
I think there's like a million different reasons. One, it's for the male gaze. So I think primarily it's straight dudes looking at the women. That's part of it. But I think the other part, and this was even more pronounced earlier in porn before there was Viagra and Cialis. Like, look at where porn was before you had all those erectile drugs. It was, I mean, the guys could look like actually anything. There was no criterion, at least
Ron
in
Jeremy.
straight porn,
Yeah.
for male looks. The only criterion was this man can get it up regularly without erectile drugs. It's a fucking miracle you're in. Now there's a mix. There's way prettier people because it's opened the doors for more people to be able to do the job. But I still think, is your dick big and hard is the main criterion.
I was going to say, and can you stay hard in a room full of people who are all talking about lighting and different things, and can you
or a
keep
horror movie or
boner?
anything.
Right, yeah. Can you keep a boner while all of this is going on, and can you come on command? And in our world, I know you guys don't really have this issue. You have a plethora of men willing to do gay porn, but there are just not a lot of people auditioning to become male performers.
Or they just can't do it.
Yeah.
You can't, they just never make it even into the companies that we would work for. We don't even work for the beginning companies to see the failures.
Yeah.
The guys who just realize that they cannot maintain an erection for 7 hours while you cut 20 times when the girl is telling you, I don't like you, get away from me. If you can't do that, you can't. And then maybe she smells horrible.
Yep.
I mean,
Do it anyway.
So I've actually talked to a lot of the straight male performers. I'll just like ask them as a guy, what's your experience? And a lot of them tell me that they're like, we honestly prefer doing like gay porn because we're treated with respect there.
I see that.
In female
The directors get sassy and jealous.
In female porn, they basically are treated like you don't matter. You're just a
Yep.
hard dick.
Yeah.
You literally don't matter.
Yeah.
As opposed to if they go on a gay porn set, they're like, oh my God, you're a hard dick.
Yeah.
You fucking matter.
Yeah, we need you in this. Yeah, it is different for our male performers, for sure.
I've also heard that they don't get paid well.
They definitely make less than we do.
Yeah.
Way ridiculously way
Yeah,
less.
Yeah, which we have also talked about and that I don't necessarily think is a fair attribute because they are putting in just as much work, if not more work than we are in a lot of scenarios. Now, that's not always true.
But
in
they're not
every
doing like
scenario,
hair and
but
makeup. They're not having to wear
They're
heels.
not. They're not,
you know.
Right. Yeah, but they are doing a lot of work. And a lot of our guys run the scenes. A lot of our older, more versed talent kind of run the scene.
Well, I mean, MILF porn is kind of femdom, so we
We have
often
to
run the scenes.
dominate.
But unless
Yeah.
you're in a femdom scenario, the man has to decide when you switch positions. He has to
Right.
make sure that the girl is opened up to the camera. I really believe if you have a great top male performer, you could have a dead fish and make the scene look perfectly
Yeah.
fine. But I cannot make a bad male performer look
Yeah.
good. So they are super important.
Yeah, agreed.
I have a question about MILF. So, do you have to have a kid to be considered MILF?
My opinion is you have to be old enough to have a kid whose friends would be like, damn, your mom's hot, you
Yeah.
know? Like,
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't have kids.
yeah.
So,
a lot of us
So
don't
it's
have
kind of like
kids.
calling somebody a daddy. You don't have to
Yes.
be a dad.
Yeah.
You just have to
Yeah.
be older, like old enough for like that, if you had a 18-year-old kid, his friends would be like,
Your mom's a MILF.
Yeah.
The thing I've noticed different is in gay porn, like you have to have like silver hair, you have to have older qualities. I've seen MILF porn and it's like they're young.
Well, a lot of times the qualities that they tell you for MILF porn is fake tits. Like,
Yeah,
that's a
yep.
big one. As soon as you get your boobs done, they want to kick you into that next category.
But there's also not many, that maybe there are more men who are actually older still performing. There
Yeah.
are very few women
Old.
over 40.
Oh.
Like I'm over 40, but there is like 6 of us.
I'm right
maybe?
behind you.
Like they
Right
don't
behind
they
you.
don't even exist
Yeah.
to be old enough. And then once you cross the 50 barrier, I can
Nobody.
actually name 3, and one of them only does girl. So that's part of the problem is it's not available. I think
Yeah.
people
That's
would watch it. It's
that's-
not available.
That's sad because like
Yeah.
50 is not. I don't consider 50 old.
Oh,
It's
I
not
don't either.
old.
Well,
It's
I
not
love
old.
a 50-year-old.
And
Yeah.
in gay porn, I think this has changed like maybe in the last 10 years is that gay porn actors are not all the young muscleheads. We're seeing a lot of these older porn stars that are still around and there is that sexy element to it where it's like, a hot daddy. I think older men have a longer career in
I
gay
agree.
porn.
Yeah, I think we have it a little bit easier because like we're allowed to age and it's considered like
Sexy.
Yeah.
While like a woman, if she turns 30, well, she's dead.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
doing
mainstream
regular
Hollywood.
porn, yes. She has to cross over to where age is the fetish.
Right,
Which is one
exactly.
reason why I wouldn't mess with my face, because if I didn't look like I had some nice age on me, I would lose work. I would lose fans.
That's interesting.
Because age is my fetish category
Yeah.
now, like hairy might be yours.
Yeah, like if
So
Yeah.
if I got a facelift and I actually ended up looking 30, disaster.
Right.
Disaster.
Right.
you would lose money because of
Oh
it.
my God,
yeah.
disaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The amount of mommy stuff out there is just blows my mind. I have never ever fantasized a parent in my life, and it just blows my mind. I'm like, stepbrother, I actually fucked my stepbrother. I understand that fetish.
Lifetime movie with Silvia
Yeah,
Saige.
but parents, I have a hard. I struggle with it. I mean, I let you call me mommy, but I struggle.
You want these big mommy milkers?
Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah.
say that all the time.
Weird.
Yeah.
That is weird.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really weird. But like stepdad porn, I mean, scene after scene after scene, stepdad or stepbrother, like it's a whole world.
It literally is, like, to the point, like, I don't do studio work. I left it like a few years ago to stick to OnlyFans.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Good for you.
That's a whole nother tangent too, because I
Yeah.
had a lot of issues with my experience in studio porn.
Yeah. Well, I feel like we all have.
Yeah. But like one of my friends who still does it, he's so frustrated because every scene they only offer him is always the same incest thing.
Yeah.
It's always, you're the dad, you're the uncle, you're this, that. He's just
Yeah.
like, is there any other form of porn
I
other
know,
than
I
just
always
molesting
say,
your
like-
The past
family?
5 years have been weird.
Yes.
Like
And you
twin
can't
porn is
blame
a
us because
huge thing
every
now.
performer is like, yeah, it's weird. I don't get
Yeah.
it. And
Like,
then
we're
the
not doing it.
analytics, I'm like, and then when the public is like, why is there so much step porn? And I'm like, you. Trust me when I say the moment you stop buying it, it's going down.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is so true. It's so true.
We're not like, bring it, please. That's all we want.
Yeah. I love when people call me mommy. It's my favorite.
But we're talking about some of the facts. The Midwest is the highest watcher of trans porn. And we think of the Midwest as super conservative, don't want trans rights at all, don't even want to talk about it, yet they're watching
The most.
the most. Whether it's curiosity or what, but they're
Well, the
watching
most
it.
everything. Like even when I first got in and DVD sales were still a big thing, one of my really good friends was doing a big showcase for a top company at the time, and she wanted to wear something really edgy, really incredibly stylish on the cover, and she was told no because it wouldn't sell in the Midwest. It was too edgy. They needed the middle of the country to buy the stuff, and that's why I think at least in
Wow.
our porn, our makeup is slightly out of date. Like if you go to those parts of the country, it is
God.
slightly out of date. I believe
That's
they
funny.
purposefully make our clothes, makeup, and hair slightly out of date because it sells better for
And
that
a gay man will
reason.
clock that, by the way, be like, girl.
You just
Yeah.
answered a question I've always wondered because, like, I've seen many female porn stars in person, gorgeous in person. Like,
Yeah.
their makeup is just, like, stunning beat. But then I see them in their porn, and I'm like, you look like a hooker.
Like
Yeah.
a drag
Like a
queen.
90s drag queen
Yeah.
hooker.
An out of date hooker.
Yes.
Nonetheless.
You just look at, you're just like, the makeup's just so bad.
There are I'd say there are 2 to 3 makeup artists in our industry that I trust to put a good face on me. Other than that, I just
But
go to
even then,
sit
they don't have
knowing.
free reign.
No, they
you know, they
really
have to
don't.
do what the director wants them to do.
Yeah.
Even the girls I hire for myself, my face looks different on my productions
Yeah.
than it does on certain other
'cause
productions.
they'll go, we want super simple. Don't put lashes on her. I'm like, don't put lashes on her. We're still making a movie. Like, what are you talking about? I'm going to look like I don't have eyeballs if we don't put lashes on me for this film. And they're like, no, we don't want that. I'm like, oh, great. I'm going to look so hot. It's going to be so bad. So miserable. Girlfriend's films, by the way, but no lashes. I hate you.
Now, are you able to make a statement saying, I'm not going to film if this is what I'm going to look like? Have you ever done that?
I usually will bargain with the director and I'm like, please. I'm like, look at my face right now. Do you want this face going on screen or can you give me like 5 lashes at the corner of my eyes and make it look like I have eyes? And they're like, okay, but just like 2 lashes. I'm like, okay, 2 lashes.
Lashes?
One.
Individuals. Yeah.
The individuals on the
Yeah.
end. I have convinced them to give me a few individuals on the end so I look a little longer. It's awful.
I don't even
Anyway.
care. They'd be like, Cherie, today we are painting you green. We are putting you in a burlap sack and rolling you down a hill. I'm like, fuck it, do it.
Let's do
I
it.
couldn't care less how I look in this film.
Oh, no,
I've never
truly
complained about it. I'll
care.
look in the mirror and be like, that is hideous, and just walk right on
Wait,
set.
so
Oh,
what's,
no.
what's
Plan, I
the
don't care.
weirdest, like, scene you've ever done then?
Oh, that's an easy one to answer.
Wait, you didn't do Sonic the Vag Did you?
No, but this one's
Wow.
pretty good. I
Nice.
wore a face prosthetic to be one of the Who's from Whoville one
my
time.
God.
Yes.
Hilarious.
But I
I
had
saw
a head
that.
cold, which is the sad
really think I
part.
saw
And there was no gaps. So by the time I
Oh,
peeled it
God.
off,
It was full of snot and
Oh,
all this.
gross. Oh, no.
Sexy.
2 blowjobs and a head cold later. Yes, it was.
Gross. Oh, God.
17 to 20 hours on set.
Oh,
Yeah.
my
Oh,
God.
easily. It was a feature.
Oh,
It was just
Lord.
wet.
Yeah.
Dripping
It was,
wet.
yeah,
I love parody porn, though.
unbelievable.
I did
Like based on the
too,
Avengers,
yeah.
Star Trek, Whoville.
I
like
just
I
love
will watch the whole
ad-libbing
movie.
until I make my co-star laugh and they have to cut. Like, if you tell me I'm a Who, I'm going to go full fucking Who until you tell me it's been too far.
I love it. I don't think I've ever
I will
dressed
rhyme the
up.
whole fucking time if you let me. Like,
I don't think I've ever dressed up as a character.
Maleficent. Like I would cast you as Maleficent
Oh,
in
I
a
can do
heartbeat.
That would be
hot.
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah.
Let's do
Yeah.
it.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's
Yeah.
shoot it for OnlyFans.com.
I'll carry my little apple for you.
Yes, yes, I love it. Any dressing up for you? Do you do
So
any?
for my OnlyFans, I did a 3-part series called Breed a Bear Workshop.
Oh my god!
And
I'm in love.
I love
That
how
is so
clever
good.
you are.
He
with
is.
that.
He's one of the most clever people
Yeah.
ever.
That's also the one thing I do love about OnlyFans is like, so as you know, like I also am an artist.
Yeah.
I get to bring my creativity to it, and like that's why I love creating my own scenes on my own outside of studio work, because like I get to create the ideas. So if I have a ridiculous idea like that, I can do it.
Yeah, I love it.
I need to know like a lot more.
I know, like the settings. Like,
So-
did you stuff yourself?
No, so the plot was Teddy Bear shows up at my scene partner's house, and he's cuddling at night, and he makes a wish on a star where he was like, I wish I had a hairy boyfriend.
Oh, cute.
And then camera zooms in to close up, and then as it zooms out, poof.
The
dream
teddy
come
bear
true.
becomes you.
Yes.
Oh, that's adorable.
And then we flip fuck, and the whole time, same thing as you were saying, I kept trying to make him laugh by doing bear puns as I'm inside of him.
Please God, yes.
Being like, yeah, you ready to have some bareback sex? Oh, yeah. I bet you can barely wait for my cum. Oh.
That's
Oh my
everything I like.
God. I know.
And like the same thing, like the girl we hired to film us, she literally had to stop us. She's like, I can't.
I
Too
can't.
too
I
much
could-
of the bear.
yeah.
It's too much of the bear. I love it too.
Do you think most people are listening to the audio of the porn, or they're on their phone and they have the sound off?
You think?
I don't know, but now they're gonna turn this
I know.
on. They'll be
I
like,
was
what the
like,
fuck were they
I
saying?
missed that joke.
I'm a sound off girl.
What?
Me too.
Yeah.
100%.
That cannot be a real thing. Really?
No, yeah, because here's the deal. I don't like how other people's moans are,
Yeah.
especially if the girl's like,
If it's fake, yep.
Okay.
and I'm like, oh, stop
I don't.
it.
That's the only reason why I can't watch most street porn is if the girl
Yeah.
had. But if she has like a sexy moan, it's enjoyable. But if it's one of those like,
Oh, you just did it. You just did it. Yeah,
No, it's
Yes.
true.
it is true.
like you don't want to sound like I don't know what it is, like a bird getting eaten by a lawnmower.
Yeah.
That's not hot.
I did a scene. I won't name her name, but I did a scene with a girl recently, and when she was coming, she kept doing this, and I couldn't even handle it. Like first, I was laughing, and then it was pissing me off because I was like, "What are you doing?" But it was this. She would go.
Thanksgiving
you.
porn.
I'm not
Gobble,
kidding
gobble.
you. And she would do it over and over. And at first I laughed and I was like, that can't be real. And then she kept doing it. And I was like, oh my God. And now I'm just getting
Was she
pissed
fucking
off.
with you?
No, she was being for real. And now I'm just pissed off because I'm like, this girl. They told us also to not have crazy sex noises. They were like, they want it
Stop it.
supernatural, like more just moans than
Was she
sex
fucking with
noises.
them?
No, she was just awful. We were also like reading her script, being like, so she said go inside, and then she'd go, well, the reason she said go inside was because the teddy was out there, and then we had to go inside.
Deep
They go,
monologue.
just say the 4 words. You have 4 words, and they'd go, do it again. I went inside, and she'd go, and then we walked down the path.
Stop.
And I'm like, what are you? She goes, I just like to improvise. We're
No.
like, don't then. We're going to give you the words and you repeat them and then we'll move on. Okay. And then you're going to come with.
I can't imagine like having to film a scene with somebody that you just don't like.
Oh,
Although I
won't
know who
ever
I'm going to
again.
hire for my next Thanksgiving scene. So I'm going to take her name down and dress her up real funny.
Yeah.
But who
something
knows?
great in
that could become
November.
her thing.
It could become her thing, but I won't.
Gobble,
work with her
gobble,
again.
Gobble, gobble,
Gobble, gobble, bitch.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
For the whole family.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. It was a day. It was a day because it was a 2-scene day with her too, and I was like,
Oh, twice. Great.
Nothing's worse
Also-
than like somebody who's an overactor. Oh my god! Like that's not hot. Like
it's not.
like back when I did studio like porn, I remember like one person like as soon as I just started to enter him, he was like, ah! I'm like,
Right.
I barely have the tip in. Like you cannot be ripping to part right now.
Yeah.
Like can you just not do that?
I love the
Yeah.
porn where they're like not even there. They're like, oh God, it's so God.
You're like, I'm in the room.
Yeah, I was like, what are you, psychic?
Yeah.
The dick is coming. It hasn't touched
Your
you
dick
yet.
has quite the aura.
Are there like acting coaches for porn?
I
should
wish.
be.
Yeah.
Right.
Or like an
I wish.
on-set
Oh
consultant?
my God,
like,
that'd be funny. That'd be
You can
funny.
only moan when someone touches you. Okay.
Step
Got
number
it?
1.
Yeah.
Although, in defense of some of the fake moans, I can't tell you how many customs I get where the man wants you to like go way over the top
Oh,
with your
yeah.
acting. So
Right.
there's this huge. I think it's the same reason that they like squirt because it like shows. It's like the only way to show that you're coming. Like a man has
Right.
ejaculates, a woman
Right.
has to put on this freaking show.
Right. She has to drink a gallon of water beforehand, and then.
But even with just like a verbal orgasm, like how did you
Oh,
know
I'm
she
coming.
came?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Have you seen that? Like, I'm sure you guys have seen that weird the toy of like the string or whatever the vibrator, the pink one.
No, but
And it
go
has, like,
on.
It has like the tail that comes out.
So I think it's only
They
for like
are
gay
doing
guys.
ads. They're doing ads on every single like straight videos on porn. Like it's always the 15-second ad. It's
Do you know what they're
everywhere.
talking
It is
about?
the most annoying thing ever because they literally
It looks stupid. By
They
the
pay
way.
the models and they literally tell them you need to overact. It's a vibrator,
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
and they literally
got
will
you.
Yeah, it's like they're having a seizure.
jump
Yeah.
off of the table.
Yes, I laugh all the time.
That's fantastic.
Now I need to see this
You need to
commercial.
look it
It's
up.
really funny.
Yeah.
because it's like your partner can also remote control it. But
Oh, I
even
like that,
like
though.
Is
the
it a Lovelace or Lovelace?
I think it is. I think it's that.
but like the tail that sticks out looks stupid. Even like
It's like
it's
plasticky?
stupid.
Yeah.
it's like a plastic. Yeah, pink.
I actually have one of those because it connected to one of the campsites I used to work for, and then when they tipped you,
Yeah.
it would vibrate your vagina.
Oh, that's cool, though.
So yeah, well, you can have it on or off or whatever, but then there's like tips for that, and you can see when the tips come in. So,
Yeah.
but was it
Oh,
really that?
yeah.
Like, were you vibrating all over the room?
no, because for me, if for me, and every person is different. I like vaginal penetration. The feeling of fullness or penetration will make me come if it's a vaginal orgasm. But if I'm talking about vibration, it's got to be on my clit.
Yeah,
and this
same.
was an internal vibrator.
Oh.
And
Yeah, it is.
internal vibration for me
It's a lot.
doesn't really.
It's just like a text message then.
It's interesting. I'm not saying it
Text
feels
messaging
bad,
pussy.
but if it were on my clit, I might have a bigger response
Right, yeah.
from a vibration.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. Should we do rapid fire?
Yeah, let's do a little rapid
Let's
fire.
rapid
So this
fire
is how
this
we're going
out.
to close out the show today. So I'm going to get a timer out. You have 1 minute to answer as many questions, and whoever answers the most questions is the winner. I don't know what you win, but I'm sure it's fabulous.
Lube.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. There you go. Okay, let me get this.
I loved your Drag Race presentation.
Thank you.
Lube.
Louis lube. And
Okay.
this way
Welcome
we
to
You
the
get a
stage.
lube.
Lube.
You get a lube.
Who wants to go first?
You go first.
Oh God, I was gonna say you go first. All right.
Okay, ready, set, and go. Celebrity you'd like to fuck?
Henry Cavill.
Oh, favorite genre of porn?
Public.
Watch more or less porn during COVID?
I mean, I watch my own scenes when editing, so I guess more.
Most embarrassing song on your playlist?
I'm not embarrassed by any of my music.
What is your worst habit?
I take a while to answer questions.
Porn co-star that you could see yourself dating?
Oh, no one.
Worst scene from your career?
My studio work.
What would your drag name be?
Harry Bradshaw.
Oh my God.
Strangest thing you've bought online during COVID?
Oh God, I don't know.
Por-
Next question.
porn co-star with the worst breath?
Oh.
No, luckily they've all had good breath.
Oh, good save.
Most romantic thing you've done for somebody?
Oh, I don't know. Next question. These are all like dating questions. I don't date.
Worst Hollywood or holiday gift that you've ever received?
Hollywood gift?
Or
Holiday.
holiday, sorry.
Next question.
Craziest place you've had sex?
Oh, in a church.
Oh,
Ooh.
I like it. Hot.
And we're done. That was okay.
I want to know about the church sex. Jesus Christ, that's hot.
Jesus Christ. That's
Yeah,
hot.
Jesus Christ, that is hot.
Christ.
I used to be a cantor at church, and I would get paid to come sing all the funerals and weddings. So, but I would only come and stop. I would only come out and sing the songs, and then I wouldn't watch the rest of the service because I didn't know these people.
Right.
So I'd go up to the choir loft, and so one time my boyfriend came and hung out, and we fucked during a funeral. I'm
No,
so
you
sorry.
did not.
Oh,
Yes.
Yep.
Damn, I was
That's
not
hot.
doing my childhood right. I was in church all the time. Never fucked anybody there.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
I believe in you.
And go. Do you like to suck toes?
No.
Last thing that you Googled.
Oh, probably Tulum.
Where did you give your first blowjob?
The forest.
Could you have sex with your best friend if you had to?
Yeah, I do it all the time.
Would you sleep with one of your exes?
Yes.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how good of a kisser are you?
7? I don't know.
Higher.
Disney character you'd want to fuck?
Oh, Ariel. With legs.
Lights on or off?
On.
Last time you had sex?
This morning.
Favorite color?
Blue.
If there was a fire in your room, what is the first thing that you're grabbing?
My pets.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever hooked up with a delivery person?
No.
Strangest thing you've bought online?
Recently, this hat that's like, when I say a giant hat, I don't know why I thought I could get it anywhere, but it's like 6 feet across.
I love it.
Have you ever fucked a celebrity?
Yes.
Have you ever slept with somebody out of pity?
No.
What makes you instantly horny?
Oh, certain dirty talk.
Okay.
You've never fucked anyone out of pity?
No.
Oh man, that was
Yeah.
like my life.
What?
Oh yeah. But you know what? Some of the best sex is pity sex because they're dying to have sex with you, and then they just like when you say like, "Do you want to fuck?" and they're like, "I'll put on the best show you've ever had."
Oh,
Like,
that's
it's
true.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say, Cherie, I think you won.
I
I'm
think-
so sorry.
yeah.
I want to call
There
out
was
that
like
you
six
gave her.
passes.
Yes and no
You had
questions.
easy
Yes.
questions. Her question was like, "How's your day?"
Yeah.
No.
And half of them I could say yes or
Yeah.
no. I didn't have to actually come
Your
up
question
with
was
an
like,
answer.
"So tell me about your childhood trauma."
You're like, it's deep as a river.
That's what she said.
All right, guys, we are wrapping this show up. So please, Cherie, tell the people where they can find you.
Let's go with Instagram, Cherie Deville XO, because I put everything else on there. You'll find
Yeah.
me.
You'll find her.
Gorgeous pictures, by the way.
Yes. And Teddy Bear, please tell the people how they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at Mr. Teddy Bear Gur, as well as OnlyFans at onlyfans.com/gogoTeddybear.
I love it. You know what I just realized? We didn't do listener questions. Do we have time to run them in really quickly?
I don't think so.
Oh, damn it. Okay. And next time, you guys. All right. Thank you, Alexander, for being here with me today. I am so very grateful to you. You have
It's
no
always
idea.
so fun. I learned
I
so
know.
much, by the way.
I always learn stuff on this show. That's why I love it so much. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being with us. We're so happy to be back in studio. Thank you to CyberSocket, Fleshbot, and Slickwid for everything you do supporting this show. And until next time, guys, adios.